So thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You must be very busy with school and maybe family and fun. Why run for ASFA president?
I think it's just the next step in sort of assuming a leadership role. I've been part of the Sociology Anthropology Student Union. I've been a part of ASFA for the past 2 years. And I really just, this is the next step in developing myself and also just proving that I can assume this leadership role.
What are your campaign promises for next year?
My campaign promises, well, first of all, that I'll be accountable to the students. I really want to be there for the students, get them involved and do things that they want to do. I feel that my experience in classroom speeches, maybe 10% know what ASFA is, and I want to change that.
If voters were to vote on one thing in your campaign, what would it be?
Abstain's got some good qualities, I'm not going to lie. But I'd say if anyone was one thing that they'd really put the emphasis on to vote for me is that I really am dedicated to working towards the students for the students.
Voters tend to be very apathetic at Concordia. How do you plan to get them involved?
Partly, yeah. I feel that one thing that I really want to do is sort of form more of a whole community with our student population. I think that social life is a very important part of university experience, and as much as academics are severely important, this is a once-in-a-lifetime social opportunity, and I think that you really gain the most of it by social networking and becoming involved, and just having fun is what we're here to do also.
So you're running unopposed. How will you approach the election this year with that in mind?
Running unopposed, some would think that I'd prefer that, but I don't prefer or dislike the fact that I'm running unopposed. I think if anything, it makes me have to push harder and campaign more because I have to prove that I'm not going to win by default. I want to win because students actually want me to represent them and they feel that I can make a difference towards their student life.
This year, the Mass Student Association felt very detached from ASFA and actually wanted to leave. How will you stop them from trying to leave, and how will you get other member associations to want to be involved in ASFA?
I think the member associations in general are a very important part of ASFA. They're very vital to the makeup of ASFA, considering 28 seats sit on ASFA Council. As far as getting student involvement, I want to start at the base level and get students more aware, more involved, more active in their member associations. And when it comes to making sure that they feel a part of ASFA, just being there for them and really sort of working as a community for everyone's best interest and the needs that everyone represents.
One of the hot button issues this year is the proposed tuition fee increases. How will you fight that as ASFA president?
Specifically to tuition right now is this upcoming Monday in the morning at 11:30 on the Regis Terrace. There's Whale, sponsored by the GSA and the CSU, and it's really a place for students to become educated and learn as much about the effects of tuition increase that are happening right now.
What does Whale stand for?
It's a wintry, hot, accessible lovin' for education.
Okay.
And actually, on a side note, a lot of the faculty associations have sort of encourage their teachers, other teachers, professors, not to penalize students for missing class that morning. So if you're missing class, then talk to your teacher in advance, but I think you can get away with it.
Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.